noticed that the IGCSE Excel exam board do like the questions where it's a compound interest question, but we have to find the percent. So it's almost like reverse, but reverse to find the percent, not the amount. So Liam invests $3,750 in a savings account. The account pays compound interest at a rate of X percent. So I'm just going to put times M here for the multiplier. And it's to the power 5 because it's for 5 years. At the end of the 5 years, we have $4,476.99 in the account. We need to work out the value of X. So let's get the multiplier first. How do we get the multiplier? We divide both sides by 3,750. And we get 1.193864. But we know our multiplier to the power 5 gives us that. So we need to fifth root this number here. So on your calculator, mine has like a box and a box like this. So we choose that function. We need 5 in the top and then your answer in the bottom, which gives us our M is 1.03607. Okay, so that's our multiplier though. What's our percentage? So usually when we find a multiplier, it's the 100% plus the percentage. And then we divide that by 100 to change it into a decimal. So we kind of need to reverse all of that really. So let's times this by 100 first. So that would give us 103.607%. Then we need to reverse this part by taking off 100%. Would give us 3.607%. We need it to 2 decimal places, so 3.61. That would be our percent per year. Okay, let's have a look at one more question together maybe, and then you can have a look at some exam questions yourself. So we have Priya invests $9,600 into a savings account. The account pays compound interest at a rate of X percent per year. At the end of 9 years, there is 12,505.88 in the account. Okay, so our multiplier again, we don't know, but it's the power 9 because it's for 9 years. And at the end of the investment, we get 12,505.88. So we need to reverse back to find M first. So let's divide both sides by 9,600. Gives us 1.302969. Ninth root to find M. So we get 1.02981. Again, we need to reverse to go back to find out what the percentage increase when your multiplier is 1.02981. So let's times it by 100 to change it into a percentage first. So we're saying the value at the end is 102.981% compared to the 100%. So let's take off 100% to find out the compound interest. Two decimal places, 2.98%. Okay, have a go at these three questions yourself. Put me on pause and pause when you're done. So we've got 80,000 Kenyan shillings times our multiplier to the power 3 is equal to 6,151.25. To find our multiplier, we need to divide both sides by 80,000. Aha, hang on a second. I thought this didn't make sense. This is the total interest he's received. So we need to add on 80,000 to this, which will give us the final amount with the investment. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so now we need to divide both sides by 80,000, which gives us our multiplier cubed. Cube root both sides. Gives us 1.025. Times it by 100 to change it to a percentage. Minus 100 to find the X percent. So 2.5%. So X is 2.5. Ari invests 200,000 yen. Rate of interest for the first year is 1.8%. So as a multiplier, as a decimal, divide that by 100, 1.018. Power 1 for 1 year for the next 2 years. So the multiplier squared. Multiply them together, we get 209,754. Let's solve this. So I'm going to divide both sides by 200,000 first. Which gives us 1.04877 on the right hand side. Divide both sides by 1.018. Square root both sides. Is 1.015000. Right, so there's our multiplier. Let's change that into a percentage by multiplying it by 100. Let's subtract off 100%. Gives us 1.5%. So X is 1.5. Okay, third question. Right, we have Jan invests 8,000 in a savings account. The account pays compound interest of X percent. At the end of 6 years, it's worth 8,877.62. Work out the value of x. So let's divide both sides by 8,000. Okay, now you get 1.1097. Let's sixth root both sides here to find m. Is 1.0175. Let's times that by 100 now to change it from a multiplier to a percentage. And let's subtract off 100. 1.75%, correct, 2 decimal places.